Hello, boys and girls. So the first thing we want to do is check our work from the day before, which is page 403 and 404. You'll need to zoom in and possibly pause this video so that you can check your work. So I believe question number 15 and 16 we pretty much did together. How are the three heights of the triangle ABC the same? Each line segment that begins at a vertex of the triangle and forms a right angle with the opposite side of the triangle. And then number 16, how are the three heights for the triangle ABC different? The height for vertex C is inside the triangle. It intersects side AB. The heights for vertex A and B are outside the triangle, and they do not intersect the side. They intersect in extension of the side. And then you should be able to correct 17, 18, and 19 quite easily. Don't forget, though, that you need to draw in the height of the vertex, and that is why these are worth 2 points, because you get 1 point for the triangle and 1 point for the base side. Alright, I'm going to let you check this page pretty much on your own. You'll need to pause the video. Do make sure that you are putting labels on your work so that we know that it's centimeters squared or square centimeters, whatever it should be. Please be careful to make sure that on number 24 that it should be 72 square inches, because you needed to take that amount and multiply it by 4. So if you found the area of this part of the sail, that's only 1. You needed to multiply it to make 4 sails using the pattern. Okay, so this is Unit 8, Lesson 21, and it says I can identify necessary dimensions for calculating the area and the perimeter. So you have to figure out what numbers do you want to use. And also I can find the perimeter, and that's the amount on the outside of a shape. So a perimeter goes all the way around. And then area of triangles and parallelograms, and the area is the amount of space on the inside of a shape with no gaps or overlaps. So you're obviously watching the Explain Everything video, and your job for today is to complete page 405 and 406. So here is page 405, and what they're asking you to do to start with, it says select appropriate measurements. Discuss the dimensions you need to find the perimeter of a triangle. And perimeter is the amount around the outside of a shape. So if you can see where my cursor has drawn around the outside of that triangle. So in order to do that, it's quite easy. All you have to do for figure 1, figure A, is take 10, get a pen back, 10 plus, that's that line, 10 plus, and then I think that's the number 9 there. It's just a little blurry in that. Yes, that is a number 9 here. So the perimeter is 10 plus 10 plus 9, which equals 29 centimeters. Now this isn't squared because it's a straight direction. So you're going to do that same thing for figure B. The only difference is figure B has some different numbers. So you really want to think, where do I want to find the distance of? So you want that length, and that length. So this number out here is irrelevant for finding the perimeter, but you're going to need it to find the area of that triangle. And then let's look at figure C. And again, this one's a pretty easy one. Just want to find the distance around where my black pen was. Okay, and so that's finding the perimeter. Now the next part down here is we want to figure out the dimensions that you're going to need to find the area of a triangle. And it says find the area of each triangle. So for figure A, you need the base and you need the height. So for figure A, the base is 10. It's the side it's sitting on with that 90-degree angle. 10 times 8. And then you're also going to multiply that by 1/2 or divide by 2. So I'd get 80 divided by 2 equals 40. Now this is area, so that needs to be 40 square centimeters, or centimeters squared is how most people write that. So using what we practice with triangles, they want you to find the perimeter and the area of the parallelograms. Parallelograms are just like rectangles, but they're kind of pushed a little bit to the side. So the perimeter would be the amount of space around that rectangle, or parallelogram, excuse me. Those numbers. Now remember, this number here is the same as over here, and this number here is the same as what would have been up there. So you just would add up 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6 to find your area, and then, or perimeter, excuse me, and then that is centimeters, and there's no squared on that because it's a straight distance. And then to find the area, you just take the base times the height. And you just want to make sure you're using the right numbers. So you've done that before. So you have pretty much completed your last math lesson for distance learning. Tomorrow we'll be correcting, and then we'll be doing some IXL work, which will be review work. So basically, you are done. So get this work done early today and call it a day. So I guess I left off a page here. Sorry about that. I called it done, and then I forgot we had this extra page. I looked and it had one more slide. So you want to find the perimeter and area for all these different shapes. That should be fairly easy based on what we've just talked about. Use this guide up here at the top to help you figure out what perimeter is and area is, and figure those out. So the last thing you want to do is submit your picture of your work from page 405 and 406. And that way I know you've done the work. Same I can statement.